morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. What's up, Joe Boo? And Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys and you ladies, this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here and let's wake up those football gods here on this Sunday morning. Shout out to Ron Oliver from Tower Light Records, who has been supplying us with some samples of music. So we're evolving what we're doing here. I absolutely positively love that theme right there is morning coffee. And I love my morning coffee. So I'll have more on Ron, but definitely check him out at Tower Light Records. So here we are. I know it's sad. It's a Sunday without football. And I listen, I am building for the season right now. Things that I am doing right now is going to put me in a better position to bring you better contact when the season gets here. I'm busting a hump. I'm building the new sports desk outside, and that's just phase one. That by the time the season gets here, you're going to say, oh my God, Mark, the way this is improved. I mean, I've got music now, I'm getting better lighting, the bigger desk, the microphones, all of this stuff that is making a better experience and hopefully a better platform here. That's what the off season is about. Because when the season gets here, it's just not time to do anything to change. You got your game on Sunday, then you got to look at your injury reports on Monday and rehash what happened. Tuesday's the off day. Wednesday, they get back on the field, or also on Tuesday, if they're bringing in people for workouts, they're doing that too. And Thursday, putting in game prep. Friday, getting ready. Saturday, maybe traveling. And then Sunday, it's a game. There's not time to do wholesale changes to your team. Your team is set by the time training camp gets here. That's why the offseason is so important in building your roster and getting the pieces together so that way you can take the next step. That's what I'm trying to do now. Hey, we got time. There's no time to sit on our ass right now and say, that's months down the road. It's only mid-March. Let's kick back and watch some March Madness. No. If you want to be a real winner, you got to put in the work now in the off season when nobody else is. And that's, my friends, what the Cowboys need to start doing. We got Dak signed. Great. Wonderful. We shouldn't applaud them for something that should have been done before. This should have been a known quantity, in fact. Now, the interesting part on this is Todd France. Todd France, who we never really saw or heard anything about. In fact, it's amazing because as I would do, blogs about, Dak Prescott and Todd France and things, you look at pictures for Todd France. There's very few pictures. You go Dak Prescott, you got pages and pages and pages and pages of Dak Prescott from wearing a cowboy hat on the field, his broken ankle, tons and tons and tons of pictures. Go look up Todd France. Now, it's probably more now since he's got the Dak Prescott thing. Todd France is one of those guys that's kind of like off in the corner that doesn't really, you don't hear from or say, who's that guy? He's one of the most powerful sports agents in the world. Doesn't speak much until recently. We saw him there at the press conference. You got a shot of him. Hey, yeah, we just signed that one. And call me. Hey, if you're a prospect, look, I get the big bucks. But now you're seeing more and more of Todd France. In fact, Todd France is like that dog. That dog all the dogs, all the male dogs that are going around pissing on the fire hydrant, pissing on the tree, pissing on the mailbox, marking their territory. Todd France. Don't let that, nice smile fool you. He went in on the agent Rodgers for Russell Wilson. Kind of took offense the fact that you would come into my backyard and try and stir some shit up. To come out and say that, Russell Wilson, the Cowboys would be one of those spots that Russell Wilson would like to go to. That didn't affect Todd France's negotiations with the Cowboys. But it's kind of like, dude, this is my gig. This is my shit. You know, kind of. Actually, I messed that one up. I got to redo that one. But a man that ain't got his word is a cockroach. And that's kind of like the way Todd France viewed that. Don't mess with my shit. I'm not coming to your house messing with your game. Don't come to my house messing with mine. And you can see that Todd France will now definitely grow in stature. And you can see that a lot of players are going to go ahead and be following along with him because, let's face it, money talks and BS walks. And it's good that the Dallas Cowboys kind of mended the fence because Todd France was kind of the fall guy. Oh, well, we just about had a deal done, but it's the agent's fault. Listen, I've learned something very, very important. As a contractor, you're trying to build this house or do this project and things like that. You got to get the blessing of the building department. Sometimes you'll get an inspector who might be in a bad mood. Maybe he had a fight with his wife or somebody pissed him off on the inspection before, or, he's got problems. And he might come there and take it out on you. Or he might kind of be a little bit nitpicky, like they'll go through. I had this one who literally counted every nail on every sheet of the OSB sheathing on the house and pulled out a tape measure and measured to make sure that they were no more than 8 inches apart. This one's 8 1/4. Fail. But dude, the next one is like 6. Take off all the house wrap. I want to see all the nails. Are you kidding me? Seriously. Thing is, I could go off on him. I could yell and I could scream. I could even call the city and complain. Maybe I know somebody who's above them that can go through and put pressure on them and say, hey, don't mess with that guy. But the thing is, and I've been through the situation where somebody did that. They went over the head of that person and put a foot in the inspector's ass. I got that inspection done, but every other time I had to deal with that guy, he remembered. He didn't do me any favors. He made it worse. Everything had to go to the exact letter of the law, above and beyond. So for the Cowboys to make nice with Todd France, because you will have to deal with him with other free agents in the future or prospects, it's a good time to go ahead and start developing a relationship. Now, tomorrow begins legal tampering for free agency. And then becomes official come Wednesday. Doesn't mean you have to sign them tomorrow. Doesn't mean you have to get them done next week. But that's the beginning of the period. Thus far, the Cowboys, all they've done, of course, is signing Dak Prescott. They've freed up some money, so we have about $21 million. We've seen teams that are still working their way to get below the salary cap that have jettisoned starting good players. Not just old ones, but some that are really young, some that you might be interested in. I think the approach is going to be for the Cowboys because we have free agents of our own that we should be thinking about. We have guys like Joe Looney. Joe Looney, who stepped in and played really well when Travis Frederick was out with the Hillian-Barr syndrome, who was scheduled to be our starter last year at center until he got injured, and then Tyler Badish came in, played pretty well. We've got Awuzie, Jordan Lewis, Xavier Woods in the secondary. I'm okay letting Xavier Woods go, but I think either Jordan Lewis or Awuzie needs to come back. You can't get rid of everybody and just say, hey, let's just start all over completely. You need that veteran, and you may want to see how they fit into your system. We got Aldon Smith, one that you look at and say, Aldon Smith came in and played really, really well for us after being out for 4 years. Biggest question is how much money will he demand? You got Tyrone Crawford. Tyrone Crawford, I think the time is bye-bye. I'm sorry. I love Tyrone Crawford. Great guy, great leader, guy that they say does the dirty work. Problem with Tyrone Crawford is he's always been a tweener. Not an elite edge rusher, but not really big enough to be a defensive tackle, but could play both. But we need more production. And after having double hip surgery, as well as another surgery this offseason, I think it's time to let that one go. There's Sean Lee, who's still on the fence. I think they should keep Sean Lee as a coach. Sean Lee knows more about being a linebacker than just about anybody. But unfortunately, his body has failed him. And then, of course, there's Andy Dalton, who may be a hot commodity. We heard rumors that Denver would be interested in him, and I'm sure there's other teams that may be interested in him. The question would be is if he were brought back is how much would he pay? I think what the Dallas Cowboys philosophy is going to be is this. There are a lot of guys that have been let go, some that probably surprised that they were let go. Some of the ones that we're surprised were let go. But because there's a lack of money, there's going to be some that, of course, get the real big paydays. They're recession-proof. But then the next tier of guys, after the dust settles with the big signings, you're going to see the prices of those guys go down. In more cases than not, they'll probably look to sign just one-year deals, knowing that the salary cap will rise next year. Don't get locked into a 3-year deal when you know it's a depressed market. And so I think the Cowboys may end up letting their own guys go out there and see what's there. They may, and I'm just assuming, letting like Aldon Smith knows, hey, Aldon, check out the market, man. Get whatever offer you get, and we'll beat it. It's good business. Why saw Aldon Smith to a $9 million deal now, a year, and he goes out and finds out he's only going to get 5 on the open market because teams don't have money. You turn around and sign him at 7, he thinks you're a hero, and you save 2. So I think more than anything else, you're going to see that kind of effect with the Cowboys because, let's face it, Steven Jones likes a bargain. And he's definitely in free agency always tries to keep it cheap. All right, y'all. So it's Sunday. I got work to do. Let me give a shout out to Cowboys Up North because today is his birthday. And I hope you're taking good care of that Dak Prescott shirt that you won last year. I hope you take good care of him. But I appreciate great fans like you. I appreciate everybody that's been doing all they have for helping with the channel. I've got to do some more shout-outs for people that donated to the GoFundMe as well. I know we got a real big one in there. I don't have the list up in front of me, but you will be added to our drawings that we'll be doing again tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we'll be giving away some more of our racks to you great fans for supporting. And keep an eye out. I'm hoping that Amazon delivers some stuff for me today sooner than later. It says by 10 o'clock tonight, but don't wait till 9:59 to deliver. Get it here to me early today because I want to get that next thing set up for our new outdoor set. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you guys later.